Your morning coffee is sabotaging your afternoon. I know, because I was doing everything right. Clean eating, supplements, good protein, the whole wellness routine. Yet every day around 2 p.m., I crash harder than someone who never touched caffeine. I'm Franco Morales. I'm an FDNP, a functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner, and I run the labs that show exactly why this happens. Nobody tells you this. The same cup that gives you the 8 a.m. high is stealing your 3 p.m. vitality. It's not about coffee quality or how much you drink. There is a hidden mechanism in your brain that sets you up for that 3 p.m. wall. And if you don't understand this mechanism, you'll stay trapped in the cycle. More coffee tomorrow, bigger crash next week, until you are running in stimulants just to feel normal, wondering why your energy feels borrowed instead of earned. What actually fixed it for me? Aligning my caffeine intake with my body's natural cortisol rhythm, not against it. A steady energy from morning to night. No crash. You've tried everything, haven't you? Different coffee brands, timing your meals, adding collagen to your cup, switching to matcha. Maybe you even went cold turkey for a week, only to come crawling back when the withdrawal headaches hit. What's really happening inside your brain every single morning? When you wake up, your cortisol, your body's natural energy hormone, is already at the highest peak. This is by design. Your body is giving you free energy to start your day. Then you dump caffeine on top of the natural high. Caffeine doesn't create energy. It borrows it from your future self by blocking adenosine, the chemical that makes you feel tired. All day long, adenosine builds up in your brain like water behind a dam. Caffeine is the dam. Dams don't last forever. Around 2 p.m., when caffeine's 5-hour half-life starts wearing off, that dam breaks. All that suppressed adenosine floods your system at once. You don't just feel tired. You feel exhausted, foggy, irritable, like someone pulled your power cord. And this drives me crazy. This isn't caffeine sensitivity. This isn't you being weak. This is basic biology. I discovered this when my own cortisol test came back flatlined. My body was so exhausted from fighting this cycle that my natural energy production was shut down. I put together a cortisol-friendly morning protocol that maps this out step by step. It's free. The link is in the description. My doctor said my fatigue was normal stress. When you are crashing every afternoon, despite eating well and taking your supplements, that answer doesn't cut it. The real issue is timing, when you are hijacking your body's natural energy systems. The solution is not to quit coffee. It's to respect your biology. Dr. Andrew Huberman from Stanford changed the conversation on caffeine timing. His research shows that waiting 90 to 120 minutes after waking before your first cup changes the whole game. Your cortisol naturally peaks within the first hour of waking. This is called the cortisol awakening response, your body's built-in energy system. When you drink coffee during this peak, you are forcing your body to produce energy it's already producing on its own. When you wait, when you let that cortisol peak do its job first, your energy actually lasts past lunch. You are stacking caffeine on top of declining cortisol instead of competing with rising cortisol. That's energy that carries you through the day versus energy that drops you at 2 p.m. That's what happened to me. Instead of my usual 6 a.m. coffee, I started with a simple 10-minute walk outside. No fun, just movement and natural light. That walk gave me what caffeine never could: stable energy that lasted all day. Within a week, my sleep improved. My resting heart rate dropped from 56 to 52. I felt drowsy at bedtime for the first time in years. And when I did have coffee at 8:30 a.m., it actually helped instead of hijacking me. Timing matters, yes. And there is a second piece. Caffeine doesn't eliminate adenosine. It just puts it on hold. The longer the hold, the bigger the crash. This is why people who drink coffee all day feel wired and tired at the same time. They are constantly postponing fatigue, not dealing with it. It's like putting duct tape over your check engine light. The problem doesn't go away just because you cover the warning. And the wellness industry get this completely wrong. They hand you one protocol and act like it works for everyone. Your cortisol rhythm, your caffeine metabolism, your stress load, all of these shape how your body responds. One person's morning routine is another person's afternoon disaster. That's why I got into root cause testing. You cannot fix what you can't see. Most people are guessing with their caffeine timing, following podcasts and hoping for the best. What if your cortisol rhythm is nothing like the textbook? What if your stress response is already worn down? Some people have genetic variations in the enzyme that makes them slow caffeine metabolism. Others have worn out adrenals from chronic stress, where any stimulant feels like too much. Without testing, you are just guessing which one you are. In the work I do through FDN, Functional Diagnostic Nutrition, I start with foundational tests that show what actually is going on. An HPA axis assessment can show exactly when your cortisol peaks and dips. A metabolic panel can show how your body handles stimulants. And a gut barrier test helps identify inflammation that may be making the crashes worse. I remember my doctor telling me that if my labs weren't showing anything wrong, why weren't more tests? I was feeling off too. When I finally ran tests through Biome, I found microbiome issues driving inflammation and brain fog, problems that were making caffeine feel like chaos instead of a boost. If you are doing everything right and still crashing, I do 3 30-minute consultations where we look at what's actually going underneath. Link in the description. Once I addressed what was actually causing it, the gut dysfunction, the nutrient gaps, coffee became a tool instead of a crutch. My energy stabilized, my focus sharpened, and afternoon crashes went away. Anyone can tell you to delay your coffee. Without understanding your individual stress load, metabolic type, and where your health is right now, you are still guessing. How to break free from the caffeine paradox? Starting tomorrow morning. Step 1, the 90-minute delay. Delay your coffee until cortisol starts its natural decline. 90 to 120 minutes after waking for most people. Use that window for hydration, movement, sunlight. Let your cortisol do the heavy lifting while your body wakes up on its own terms. Step 2, keep it clean. When you do drink coffee, keep it simple, black, or with a healthy fat. No sugar, no artificial sweeteners, no flavor creams. Sugar amplifies the crash by adding blood glucose spikes on top of the adenosine rebound. Step 3, the caffeine curfew. Nothing with caffeine after 2 p.m. This includes chocolate, green tea, and certain supplements. Caffeine has a 5 to 6 hours half-life. That 2 p.m. coffee is still 25% active at 8 p.m., messing with your sleep and setting up tomorrow's fatigue. Step 4, track your response. Everyone's timing is different. Some people do best with a 60-minute delay. Others need a full 2 hours. Pay attention to your energy pattern. Rate your energy 1 to 10 at 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 7 p.m. Adjust based on real data, not what some podcast told you. I learned this with metabolic typing. One person's medicine is another person's poison. I've seen people following keto, clean eating, vegetarian diets that were completely wrong for the metabolic type. They thought they were broken, that they lacked willpower. Once we identify their actual needs, their energy stabilizes and their cravings disappear. Same thing with caffeine. Your protocol isn't the same as mine or Hoberman's or your coworkers. It depends on your body, your stress, your sleep, and where your health is right now. I want to tell you about a moment that changed everything for me. It was a Tuesday evening around 7:30. My kid was having a complete meltdown, screaming over a toy, full tantrum on the kitchen floor. That used to send me over the edge. Instead of snapping, instead of feeling that irritability that kicks in when your tank is empty, I sat down next to him, calm, patient, present. That's when I knew this was worth it. Energy that lasts isn't about getting more done at work. It's about being the person your family needs at the end of a long day. The caffeine paradox isn't really about coffee. It's about borrowing energy from your future self and never paying it back. When you work with your cortisol instead of against it, things click into place. Your energy holds, your mood levels out. You stop needing a substance just to feel like yourself. You are not broken. You are not destined for afternoon crashes. You are just working against your biology instead of with it. Delay your coffee. Respect your cortisol rhythm. Look at what's actually causing the fatigue and watch your energy become yours again. Grab the free protocol, and if you want to go deeper, book a call. I'll walk you through what's likely driving the crashes. Links below. The energy you are looking for isn't in your cup of coffee. It's already in your body, waiting for you to stop fighting in it.